Startlink blackout silence. Okay, so different prayer, but the same devastating outcome every single time. Before the human history, 7 times different technology. We are watching unfolded again, real-time with the technologies probably rely on every single date. By the end of this, you are going to understand exactly the stage of the pattern. We are in what comes next while the communication system trust right now is designed to fail. And worst possible moment because today's Starlink wasn't just about a satellite. It was about the end of do something bigger. And the pattern throughout history, every single dominant power and the country control. Dominant power and control, revolutions, communication, infrastructure. Those are Starlink is belong to low bit orbit satellite. So identical sequence stage. No exception. Once you see, you can't unsee. Stage 1, foundation control. Yeah, first. Information control. Yeah. So power development, communication breakthrough. Give the information superiority slate, build the infrastructures. So standard, okay, they control how information flow across the territory. They don't even government, they don't even regulate. This isn't just influence, architect dominance. Exactly. Because nobody can control loads of technology, not the problem. Only loads of people, those are very dangerous prayers. So control the information. You control what the people know. Then they know. Then they can do with the knowledge stages too. Yeah, they control the information first. Okay, because they control the satellite. And they control the information stage 2. So dependence, expansion. So nation, corporation. So it's very important now. United Nations, because they sold out the satellite to the Elon Musk. And Russia is also, sold out the satellite, you see. So, and also the military organization, all adopt dominant system the same. Because it's fast, cheaper. Because the military and system is faster and cheaper, but it becomes very dangerous. Those of Palantir, those of Starlink. They launch the war. That's why you see. They launch Ukraine, Russia, Gaza, and Palestinian, Israel, and Israel is dominate American all entirely, the political system, the Congress, they control the Congress, Senator, Congress, see? And by the way, they control the American, United States, Pentagon, software. How terrible is? Use the Microsoft, Palantir, and the other is it's a NVIDIA, you see. So control how the information move, control everything. Yeah, military organization, because they use they sell a cheaper efficiency building, but it's unsafe. It's dominate power encouraged. And now Iran, we see Iran and China. Because every new user is another node of the dependence, another prejudice point, another source of the intelligence. The system becomes embodied in global operation, replace impossible financial ruinous, so strategic suicide. Belong to strategy suicide. Stage 3 was 3 things, and get interesting is rival disruption. Competitor nations suddenly they have handed strategy communication to the potential adversary. They are build their military coordination. You see, they have built their military coordination, the economic system, the entire government operation. You see, everything's messed up. You see, so entire government operation, infrastructures, they don't control the cell. They develop countermeasure and jamming technology. So offensive capability designed specifically neutralize dominant system. Okay. So for the stage 1 pattern, 0 exception, record history. In 16th century, 1535, Holy Rome Empire controlled European communication. You see, 16th century, 1535 years, Holy Rome is in Holy Rome Empire controlled European communication through the imperial post-monopoly Texas family exclusively right carry mail across the Habsburg territory. It seems like a simple post service, but it wasn't. It's every letter, every diplomatic message, every commercial contract passed through the imperial handle. So they didn't just deliver information. They harvest stage 1 complete. And other European power had no choice. So if you want fast, reliable link communication across you use the Habsburg system. Habsburg system, France used, Venice used. Even Ottoman Empire uses European correspondence. The dependence become the total stage 2 verify. So France freaked out. 1,560 French intelligence realized every strategy communication they sent through the Habsburg is post-ruled, being copied, decoded, and analysis, and their diplomatic position were known before the negotiation. Even begin so France, something radical, they built an entirely separate system. Lawyer carrier, equipped diplomatic bag, alternative law, completely bypass Habsburg territory in the 1630 France, and demonstrate they could isolate and neutralize the Habsburg advantage. Stage 3 execute Habsburg post-monopoly collapse, not because stopped working, but because everyone stopped trusting. Within 18 years, every major European power built independent system. They continue fragment to competing communication network. Habsburg so lost their information edge, lost their ability to predict counter rival strategy. Their decline from the European dominance followed the immediate stage. So complete. Maybe you are thinking that ancient history, maybe modern technology change everything. So 1865, Britain controlled 70% of global telegraph cable. You see, it's about 19th century. In 1865, Britain that time is some always writes in everywhere in the world. The reason because Britain was controlled 70% of global telegraph cable, laying infrastructure, the technique standard, and the continent, all the rail line and core to the communication network. Spanish British Empire is extending into the neutral territory. Every major part, every financial center, every strategist location connect to the British control cable. Stage 1, absolutely German need to lose a cable. France, Russia, Japan, United States all need them. International finance depend on the instant communication. Everyone plugged into the British dependency was complete, irreversible. So stage 2, confirmed the World War I changed everything. Within hours of the Ukrainian war, Britain cut the German international cable. And the Zimmerman cut the German international cable. So the Zimmerman telegram message brought America into the war with it intercept because German had to allow of communication through the British control infrastructure by 1918. Okay, so every major power invested in alternative system, the global telegraph network, Frenchmen. The Britain's formation monopoly was shattered. Its geopolitical dominance became to the terminal decline. The stage 4 complete. Second pattern verified. Surely the internet changed local dynamic in 1995. United States control the rules, serve internet, build a backdoor into the encryption standard, and shape the technique architecture of the global digital communication stage. And one total China embraced the internet, Russia connect, Europe integrate in 2005. So global commerce, banking, government operation, military system, every depend on the internet. The infrastructures that pass through the American control point, and the U.S. encourages made easy stage 2 maximum Edward Snowden. So maximum Edward Snowden revealed the scope, prison, S-key code, Templar, Five Eyes. The Five Eyes Alliance wasn't just a monitor enemy communication. They were harvest everything, every email, every transaction, every private messages, and ally, enemy, neutral party. Everyone data was being collected, analyzed, and weaponized. The China accelerated development independence network, and Russia built a separate infrastructure, and European Union start to demanding the data surveillance by the 2015. Internet was fragment. Stage 3, undeniable. Stage 4 is progress about happen with what is Starlink. You see, Starlink have 10,000 terminal across the Iran. Starlink have a 10,000 terminal across Iran and China. Instant breakout now, and commercial operation, but here is the satellite will still function. It was something else, something more sophisticated intelligent analysis pieced together. The Iran and the China deploy, coordinate, electromagnetic power system, so specifically calibrate a Starlink frequency band. Starlink frequency, actually, it's not only Starlink used those lower orbit satellite. Actually, actually internet is start to the, alternative with fiber optic. You see, it's faster than satellite. Fiber optic program use fiber optic. So so Starlink. So it's not an innovation. The innovation is that the map every single terminal location first. So they identify with the terminal or military, which is what the commercials, and which is what the civilian prioritized target. The executive synchronized strike proved they could neutralize America's most advanced communications system. However, internet is because Cold War released from the Pentagon. Okay, the technology internet defense becomes okay. So advanced communication system. So terminal come back online after 48 hours. The message was sent, and Starlink isn't in Starlink is easy, is unsafe. So target countermeasure are already operation stage. So Russia response come 72 hours later. Emergency launch of the Zolki satellite constellation. 40 satellites were deployed in a single week. You see, Russia used Zolki, no Starlink, you see. Because Starlink maybe they use in the Ukraine, so that's why. So Russia have to use Zolki satellite constellations. 40 satellites were deployed in a single week. It's not the planned launch schedule, that's crisis response. So Russia just demonstrated can establish independent orbital infrastructure faster than anyone predict. So they are not trying to compete with Starlink coverage. They're building the parallel system they cannot neutralize by the same method. So China is already doing the same. And their one consultation is project is launched like 13,000 satellite by the 2030. Independence control, independence frequency, independence grounded infrastructure. So we are watching stage 4 begin. So the fragment global satellite communication into the competing mutually exclusive. So let me show you the pattern accelerating. The Starlink breakout wasn't the first test. It was a final confirmation. You see, the Starlink is unsafe. The reason and confirmation because in November 2023, Chinese researchers published a paper detecting vulnerabilities in low Earth orbit. In low Earth orbit satellite constellation, the paper was academic directed research. 4 more later, Iran successful test similar system during the military exercise. The Western intelligence noticed, so they start paying the attention, but the assessment with the operation deployment would take years, so they were wrong. Iran and China were not developing independent system. They were coordinate, sharing research and combined capability. They exactly match breakout. So they have been operating for months, maybe years, and the Western intelligence had a complete miss. Now look what happened. Next 2 weeks, breakout. 17 country requests. So United Nation, those are satellite. It's a collapse because they are sold out. wrong hand. You see? And the intelligence agency Starlink is unsafe. So NATO had an emergency section about communication, backup system, and European Space Agency accelerate funding the independent satellite program, and Japan announced a partnership with the India alternate constellation development. The trust is broken, the dependence being recognized as the vulnerabilities, and everyone racing to be the alternative. And here's most analysis missing isn't just about the satellite, it's about the next generation global infrastructures, autonomous vehicle, smart city, network, drone, every system, all of the required satellite communication being designed around the Starlink architecture, all of just become the strategic liabilities. And company that embody Starlink into the operation planning is now intelligence military organization that integrate it. Its command structures developing the backup protocol. Government is relying on the remote coverage and negotiating with alternative provider. The economic cost is already hundreds of billions. The strategies cost of incalculable, and we are only in the early stage fragmentations. And go dive deeper. The pattern repeat, specific commitment problem, and a systematic power relationship. When one power controls critical infrastructure, the promise is not weaponized. They have to make a promise nobody adopt the system. But the promise is unenforceable, so there is no mechanism to prevent the weaponized. When the strategist's interests align, so the question is the only defense build alternative system before the moment arrives. So how can you trust Starlink? Elon Musk is online criminal and he is the pedophile. So he's one of the Jeffrey Epstein customers. So it's terrible. This man is terrible. So and only justify, and you see the Bill Gates, yeah, pedophile. You see, so you believe weaponize the imminence. So there is waiting for game. Okay, when one move trigger cascade reaction, everyone assumption about the timeline. So the theoretical vulnerabilities becomes operation reality race. Okay, this kind is not about race. It's about safe. It's about using proper humanity. But they starting using war, using manipulate, and using mind control, internet, and using scam woman money. It's terrible. You see, Elon Musk scam so many older women online, and also you see use those prince king. You see prince those online imposter scammer. They all work together with the criminal. The reason, however, blackout, abolish Starlink. Okay, you don't need a Starlink anymore. Give me a break. First, Starlink is too advanced. China, Russia are not match capability. International law only function when power agreed to enforcement. Yeah, however, do you know what? We have all the satellite system. We don't need the land. We don't need the low orbit, okay? We need a safe. So Russia, Zoki, minimum operation capability. Satellite serve American company operation in Europe face the compatibility and the requirement. So 2028 global operation are maintained 3 or 4 separate satellite communication systems operate across different regulatory and efficiency. So global integrations complete. Regimentation, the process already irreversible. What do you need to understand Starlink? Starlink need a breakout. It's unsafe for sure. Give me a break. And NASA need to take back and unite, especially United Nations. Yeah, but United Nations, those are unqualified, those are people, and especially they are international satellite organization where an FCC is died. Okay, all the FCC is died because we are not allowed our world controlled by those of Jeff Epstein, those of pedophile. Okay. Starlink breakout silence. Okay, so different prayer, but the same devastating outcome every single time. Before the human history, 7 times different technology. We are watching unfolded again, real time with the technologies probably rely on every single date. By the end of this, you are going to understand exactly the stage of the pattern. We are in what comes next while the communication system trust right now is designed to fail. And worst possible moment because today's Starlink wasn't just about a satellite. It was about the end of do something bigger. And the pattern throughout history, every single dominant power and the country control. Dominant power and control, revolutions, communication, infrastructure. Those are Starlink is belong to low bit orbit satellite. So identical sequence stage, no exception. Once you see, you can't unsee. Stage 1, foundation control. Yeah, first information control. Yeah, so power developer, communication breakthrough, give the information superiority slate, build the infrastructures. So standard, okay, they control how information flow across the territory. They don't even government, they don't even regulate. This isn't just influence, architect dominance. Exactly. Because nobody can control loads of technology, not the problem. Only loads of people, those are very dangerous players. So control the information. You control what the people know. Then they know. Then they can do with the knowledge stages too. Yeah, they control the information first. Okay, because they control the satellite. And they control the information stage 2. So dependence, expansion. So nation, corporation. So it's very important now. United Nations, because they sold out the satellite to the Elon Musk. And Russia is also, sold out a satellite, you see. So, and also the military organization, all adopt dominant system the same because it's fast, cheaper, Because the military and system is faster and cheaper, but it becomes very dangerous. Lots of Palantir, lots of Starlink. They launched the war. That's why you see. They launched, Ukraine, Russia, Gaza, Palestinian, Israel, and Israel is dominate American all entirely. The political system, the Congress, they control the Congress, Senator, Congress, see. And by the way, they control the American, United States Pentagon software. How terrible is? Use the Microsoft, Palantir, and the other is it's a NVIDIA, you see. So control how the information move, control everything. Yeah, military organization, because they use they sell a cheaper efficiency building, but it's unsafe. It's dominate power in college. And now Iran, we see Iran and China. Because every new user is another node of the dependence, another prejudice point, another source of the intelligence. The system becomes embodied in global operation, replace impossible financial ruinous, so strategic suicide. Belong to strategic suicide, stage 3 was 3 things, and get interesting is rival disruption, competitor nations. Suddenly they have handed strategic communication to the potential adversary. They are build their military coordination. You see, they have built their military coordination, the economic system, the entire government operation. You see, everything is messed up. You see, so entire government operation, infrastructures, they don't control the cell. They develop countermeasures